Now, the default display of any particular date for input and output is dd-mon-yy. And always remember one point, behind your date, you have seconds, you have minutes, you have your hours, you have your days, months, years and centuries. Means behind one date, all this data is there. Oracle never shows you this data until you do not put a request as a process. Until you do not keep your request, Oracle always shows you data only to this, only to this. Be very, very clear on this construct. Now, I want to know the current date running in the server. Let us say, Oracle provides me one special kind of its own function called as sysdate. So I can always say, the current date is, I am calling sysdate and I am giving alias as today from Dual. So it goes and contacts the server. Within your server, whatever date is running, that date it will give you immediately. And remember one thing, it's not just giving date when internally time is also there. But since you did not put a request to the time, it's not showing. So how to show the time? We'll see everything. We started dates now. I don't think we'll close the process. I already said we have a specific amount of discussion with dates definitely. So, to know the current date and the time, you can always call which particular function? Sysdate function. On the date we have arithmetic or we do not have arithmetic on dates. We definitely have arithmetic on date. Means simple calendar mathematics that is supported in the world, Oracle also supports. So, as database is internally storing the dates in the form of what? Numbers. On those dates you can always implement, the composition and criteria of date arithmetic. So you can just watch here, we can take a date and we can directly add one number to that, which returns a date once again. You can take a date and you can subtract a number from that, it automatically returns a date once again. You can take a date and you can subtract that from another date. When two dates are subtracted, they return number of days. You're having some n number of hours with you, then you can take the date and add or subtract by divided of 24. So many number of days are added and it will give you. So these are general date arithmetics what we can do, not more than that. Because as far as the standards are concerned, this is the only amount of arithmetics you can apply. There's no way other than that. So you can just watch here, we are saying select sysdate and I'm saying today, comma, and we are saying sysdate plus 3. Now when I am going with this, I am saying 3 days from Dual. So if today is 17th December 13, 3 days added to that will be 20th December 13. So future date is given to you. Here the only questions what the student can have is, so if I say 30 days, what happens? If your month is already crossing away, Oracle gives you the next month automatically. If the year is crossing away, changes the year automatically. You don't need to worry. Everything absolutely corrected to the rule. Therefore, you don't need to worry like, sir, if that year is changing, you don't need to worry. I am just going for adding of, suppose say, another 365 or I will say another 380 days I am trying to add, let us say. So when you are adding another 380 days, let us say, then automatically it will pick you up with the change of the year also. In this way, within this range of the date what you are seeing, it will go on rotating the dates automatically. So century wise it can go for calculations and it can start working the same way. Instead of saying adding 3 days, you just want, I am going for the sake of subtracting the 3 days, let us say, by saying minus 3. It automatically gives me the past date. If today is 17th December 13th, 3 days before is 14th December. The same way, Once again, here also you can pick up the process and you just watch. We are going with the composition of subtracting the number of days by 30, let us say. Then it automatically makes you move to the previous month. It immediately makes you go to the previous month. You don't need to tell that. It knows how to pick up the process. And then in the same criteria, you're directly working with somewhere around, say like more than the number of days in that particular piece of the year. You just don't need to worry as a process. You just minus 380, let us say. Then automatically changes the euros, month and years, and everything is adjusted. So in how many ways? As much as the calendar can manage. So just do try to understand these particular factors first. When simple date mathematics can be done very easily without we remembering the calendar algorithm or calendar management. Now in the same construct, we are just going with you want select ename comma, I'm saying sysdate comma, higher date comma, I'm saying sysdate minus higher date. Am I not subtracting two dates now? So from the current date, I am subtracting the higher date. Now I am just going for the sake of the construct and it will return me the number of days between these two particular dates. But whenever it is returning, the confusion what the student has is, so this is okay, but what is this now? This month is completed or it's not yet completed? Come on, it's not yet completed. This day is completed or not yet completed? Day is also not yet completed. So Oracle is giving you fraction part of that day. That is completed. Okay, fraction part of this 24 hours that is basically complete. Means to that level of accuracy Oracle works. So there is a very clear proof that internet time is also considered or not. Now you don't want that, let us say. You're not interested in that. Then you can always say what now? Truncate off. Now I'm not saying round. Can you tell me what is the reason? I'm not interested in keeping the round. Can you tell me what is the reason? Say like whenever you're working here, all are 3 only, therefore it's not an issue. But if suppose like this is something in 5 or more, than that one extra day will come, yes or no?
Yes.
One extra day of experience given to an employee means my financial management changes automatically. He did not work, but I have to pay him the salary. So it may be looking like a simple issue for you. If I am having an employee in such a way that per day he is being paid anything around say like lakh, 1 lakh. His monthly pay package is 30 lakhs, let us say. Then if suppose like I am giving one extra day, I have to give 1 lakh for the day. In that way I am having 30 employees in my company now. So think in the financial management services. Therefore, which function you should give, that should be your own common sense of domain analysis. So we removed that. Now technically on this we are working once again. Say like you are just working through the process where you are taking this overall data, whatever you have with you, and then you are just moving down by saying number of days here, definitely with your constraint. I am saying divided by 365. What will be this now? Number of years. Yes or no? And you are moving down with the constraint. And then you are just moving with, get me the details of all the employees. Okay, a simple question that is arising is, get me the details of all the employees who are having their experience more than 31 years in our company. These are all the employees who are having their experience for more than 31 years. Even though the output is looking very specifically correct, this way if you are attempting in front of interviewer, you will not get full marks. So why I will not get full marks for this when my output is able to be achieved? Every year is not 365 days. So are you managing the accuracy? That's what he sees. See, we ask a question when different students attempt in different ways. Finally, we will take our own decision. Who is looking suitably correct? So just be on the particular watch when you are trying to work out. Therefore, I don't say this is wrong, but I say this is not accurate. It is not accurate, that's it. Sir, what is the way now? Maybe some other methods are there. Then others, few things I wanted to check. I am saying, suppose say like system plus 3. It's working or it's not working?
It's working.
Working. In the place of this system, what I am doing is you just want today's date I am giving 17th December 13. This is today in Oracle's format or any other format?
Oracle's.
Oracle's format. Yes or no? Now I am just taking this and you just watch I am saying 17 December I am saying 13 plus 3. I am giving the date in Oracle's original format and I am adding 3 to that. Means Oracle date is in valid state or invalid state there? Valid state, because it's an exact format what is expecting. Now I am saying 3 days.
That is literal.
And I am going with from Jiva. So this error whenever you are coming, you should not get confused. Okay? This operator is which operator? Don't say addition operator. Okay? I am not interested.
Binary operator.
This is which operator?
Binary operator. Arithmetic.
Mathematical. Addition also is mathematical. When I told you not to say that, you should not use synonym operator. What is that operator?
Binary operator.
This is which type of operator?
Binary operator.
Binary operator. See how many stones will thrown out. If the stone is hitting, we'll say I am intelligent. ANSI operator. Okay, be clear, be RDBMS. So this is an ANSI operator. ANSI operators cannot recognize dates directly. So it is failing because this is an ANSI operator. It can understand only numbers directly. It cannot understand this as a date. So it's treating this as what? A string. So previously it was working. It is not a date. We gave to what? A column or a function where Oracle is having ability to convert this internally. Therefore, on the ANSI operators, you cannot do direct arithmetics with your dates when dates are represented in the form of what? TD-MON-YF. From the columns we can work anything. So what is the solution for this? That's when we have to check out with few other functions. Now one more question you need to always check in now. Okay, I am going with my sysdate. Now I don't think we have any problem with this now. I am saying sysdate. I want from today 3 months advanced date. What I should do? From today I want 3 months advanced date. What I should do? Plus how much? 90. Yes or no? So we are saying 3 months. And then we are going with from Jewel. Now whenever you are moving in, if today is 17th December, it is exactly calculating to 17th March or not. This is coincidental. Because technically in February 2 days are lost. It is adjusting automatically. But if you give this answer, you will not get your marks. Because every month is not 30 days. For human beings, common sense, it's correct. But on accuracy, it's wrong. Because there are months with 30 days, there are months with 31 days, there are months with 28 or 29 days. So exact calculation should be done. Sir, it came exactly, yes. Because we are having 31 through the process of January and we are having 28 to the February. Those 3 days are adjusted and calculation was done. Therefore, you are getting the correct result. But in practicality, you will not get the correct result. So what do you mean by this? You just watch I am saying. Say like I want say like 5 months from here now. If you say 150 and then you are going with 5 months as a process, then you are executing through the construct. 1 day is missing. I lost 1 day now. Means accuracy is getting lost or no? So whenever you deal with date arithmetics can do the job up to some level, not everything. Anything beyond that, we have date functions. Few date functions but a very effective functions. The first function is Adman's function. The name itself is telling you this function will add exactly the number of months to the required date, giving you the future or the past date. Where using the same function we can add the number of months, we can even subtract the number of months. Where n is positive, it adds, if n is negative, it subtracts. Exactly to the number of months. Be very clear about that. You just watch here, select, we said sysdate, comma, we are saying add underscore months. We are just calling sysdate, comma 3. Let us say, and I am saying 3 months from dual. So it adds a number of months as it is to the process. Therefore you just watch here, you are keeping 5 here. You are moving down with the 5 and you are operating, let us say, that technically you watch, you are not losing the day. Perfectly accurate by itself. And these functions have more intelligence than operators. Functions can always have more intelligence than operators. So what do you mean by that? You just watch here. In the place of the sysdate, I am saying 17-December-13. That is basically nothing but today. And then the same 17 December 13, I am trying to pick it with this here. Functions will always work properly. So how the function is able? Function can have extra intelligence than operator. Remember that. Therefore, functions may not expect any special treatment from you. Operators may expect. Therefore, by difference of the operators and functions, how many times you are adjusting your state of the logic. Therefore, you cannot read functions and operators in the same line. Be very, very clear about it. Therefore, when you are practicing, you should practice with every component of process with interest. Your interview, you leave your interviewers, I am telling you, when you are kept in the project you are unable to handle, will take decision very quick. Be very, very sure about that. You have given me services for 6 years in my company, man. No doubt we appreciate you. In 7th year you are not giving me the way I am expecting, I will definitely remove you. You cannot say 6 years I worked very perfectly. So what, I gave you salary also perfectly. You did not do any social service for me. You worked for me, I gave you salary. So where is the concept of any sympathy and empathy and sentimental bond between you and me now? We did business for last 6 years. 7th year you are not working, I will remove you because you are not looking suitable for my business. Finish. Therefore, since you have worked for 5 or 6 years or 10 years, don't think that industries will keep you because I want result every day. Yesterday you gave the result, you are in the company. Today you don't give the result, you will be removed from the company. That's it. Result oriented every minute. You can't speak about your past history and speak now. You can't just say so many days I gave correct results. So what? Today you did not, you go outside. We are very materialistic in the process. Therefore, how many times you are sure to every situation what you are planning in. That's what I say, if you are coming into software industry, only attitude should be, I will never do the mistake. Because your luck did not favor you, that mistake may not be excused. Therefore, that mistake will be excused. Don't be in that kind of dream. Because my mood may be in any way at that time. You did a very silly mistake and my mood is not clear at that particular point of time. I will simply say, remove this useless finish. So, we always categorically check with sensitivity. Therefore, you can't come up and say, sir, can I just think in some other way? No, first thing is you have to think properly and execute properly. And other thing what I want to say here is, now let us just go with one simple aspect. I am just saying sysdate there and I am placing my sysdate here once again. And here I am saying -3. So the same function you can use for subtracting as well as adding. Today is 17th December 13, 3 months before was 17th September 13. This function once again has the ability of correcting the months, correcting the years, everything. You don't need to worry about exactly to the number of months. So this function can be used on any specific date. You just watch, I am saying ename comma higher date. Okay, and I am saying add underscore months. And I am just calling my higher date comma 3. 3 months of higher date correction. And we are saying from EMP. So 3 months of higher date correction. And let me tell you one point, no interviewer as far as my knowledge is concerned will ask you directly, do you know add months function? We give you situation. How the situations can go. Concentrate on my words. You kept any project, we have a question for this. Say like you kept a banking project. Your interviewer's question will come like this. There is a fixed deposit that's done by one of my customer. And he has done the fixed deposit for a span of 6 months. Can you just tell me how you will generate the maturity date of the fixed deposit? This very simple line, date of the fixed deposit with add months of 6. Means there you should remember that you want to go with the add months of the process. You kept any project, you have a question. Say like you kept a hospital management system, let us say. He may ask one simple question like, in my hospital we have one rule. If a patient is operated and is discharged from the hospital, his first appointment after the discharge should be after 2 months only. Can you tell me the first appointment date of the patient after the operation is done or the discharge date is given? Here it's a function for add months only. You are keeping any particular function like suppose you kept a foods and beverages project, let us say, you can directly ask one question. In my company there is a situation where after one product has been prepared, the best before date for this usage should be 24 months only. Can you tell me the expiry date of the food? You keep anything, we have a criteria. Say like you kept some university management system project, is very clearly saying that in my university exams are conducted to the schedule on dot. So when a student is joining my particular academics, we want to tell him the examination date which will be exactly 3 months from the date of his joining. Can you tell me the examination date of that particular piece of the course? Add months. Why we should ask you, do you know add months function? So we give you one situation, can you speak to the rule of the particular situation very properly? So catch up the situations and start working when you're dealing with the functions. The next function you have is months between function. The name itself is telling you it will calculate the months between 2 different dates what you provide. So you can just watch here, we are saying select ename comma, we are saying sysdate comma higher date, and then we are calling down with months between. And we are saying sysdate comma higher date. And then we are just trying to say months from EMP. So when you are just moving with the process, King is basically having 385 months of experience. Here you should understand, when the dates are exactly matching to the day, no decimals. When they are not matching to that particular piece of the date, decimals. So what is this? This month is already completed or not yet completed? Not yet completed. So that is a fraction part of this month. So to the fraction part of current month it will give you. You don't want that fractional part, then you can definitely go with what I said, truncate. So you're just going with this and you're just putting it over here and you're adapting. So that is the number of months of every employee who is recruited in our company. Now taking this, I'm just moving down with the process. I'm just trying to say divided by 12. Now I think this is correct for number of years. Because every year is 12 months. So this is what your interviewer expects from you for number of years calculation. Now you are just taking this and is asking you, get me the details of all the employees who are having an experience in our company for the sake of. more than 32 years or 31 years, let us say. So here you will get the correct answer because you are technically working with exact accuracy. See, your presentation may be same result. Previously also sir, I got 11 rows only. Yes. But I am concentrating not on number of rows. I am concentrating on your accuracy, what you apply. Therefore you can't speak on my answer is correct. You should always speak on your approach is correct or not. People especially going to interviews, they'll give the answer and they come back and say, sir, my answer is correct. If your answer is correct, then you should get your offer letter definitely. We are not looking into the answers. Many students have given answers. We are also checking your approach. Therefore, which is the correct approach, you have to fix up and you should start. So I don't think months between is a very complicated and difficult function to analyze. The next function we have is next day function. Now whenever you deal with next day function, beginners especially they think that this function will give tomorrow's date. If you want tomorrow's date, then +1 is enough. We don't need a function for that. So what is next day function? Catch me on the screen and you try to finalize, okay? I am saying select sysday. This is today. Today is which weekday? Today is which weekday? Tuesday. So I am saying next underscore day. I am calling my sysdate comma. Tell me the date on Thursday. That's what I am saying. So when I said this, it will tell me what is the date falling on Thursday. Within this week, it will be rotating. So you can give that particular Thursday either as abbreviation, you can give it in full form, you can even deal with this in such a way that it is technically in numerical form, 5th day of the week. Because Oracle starts with Sunday as 1, ends with Saturday as 7. So you can ask the weekday either in abbreviated form, full form or numerical form. So it will always tell you what is the day. Now here the only question a student may have is, today is already which day? Come on, Tuesday. I am asking for Tuesday only. So give me the next day of the Tuesday, upcoming Tuesday. Okay? It automatically goes upcoming. So if current date is matching, then it automatically jumps to the upcoming. You don't need to worry about that. Any real-time requirement of this function? In financial management, in inventory management, we will use this very, very heavily. In my company, I have one rule. The rule is, I purchase some products and these products have to be kept in the inventory and then I have to release the invoice. But until the inspection of the products is not completed, I cannot release the invoice. Because if I release invoice, I will become liable to pay the money. But if the products are having any damage, where I am doing a business in such a way that my business is costing me for products which are almost lakhs of cost, I cannot just pay the money because the products came. I have to check the product is in correct condition or not, and is it exactly what I ordered or not. All this inspection should complete. In my company, there is a philosophy that it will take minimum 1 week for inspection to get completed. Until the inspection is not completed, we will never release the invoice. So my client is telling me, whenever a purchase order comes into the company, we will release the invoice to the purchase order with a extended date of minimum 1 week from the current day. Can you tell me how you will generate that date? On that day you forgot next day function, you are lost. So this is one criteria, be very clear about that. Or your company is saying that we will always issue the bills for any kind of purchase that is found, but in my company bills are always issued only on Saturday. So please give the bill date of Saturday. Whatever it is, it should be Saturday only. Then technically what you have to do now? You will always call the next day function with what now? Date of purchase order comma Saturday. So then it will generate the date as what now? Saturday for the bill date. So technically you should always understand how exactly he can ask you the question. He never asks you, do you know the next day function? If we ask you, do you know the next day function, maximum number of students who learned Oracle, they can definitely give the answer. The same way you have last day function. Now technically when you deal with last day function, this is another function where students will always consider it's very simple. Why they feel like that? We'll just have an idea. You just watch here. We are saying this is sys date. Okay, this is today. Then we are saying last day of sys date. Okay, now when we go with last day here and we are saying from dual. So it always tells you the last day of that month. It tells you the last day of that month. Means you just watch, I am saying ename comma higher day. Are you catching me? Then we are just going with the construct as last day or higher date. We are just trying to say this. And then we are just moving down through the process on the specification by saying from EMT. So for every employee who got recruited, it is telling what is the last date in that month. Now this looks very ridiculous for a beginner like so, but this do we really need a function now? Therefore, you should understand application of the function. When if you understand only the function, we don't get any ideas. A simple question your interview is asking you like this: can you tell me how many more days are there in this month? Can you tell me how many more days are left in this month? Then technically you should know how to call upon your function. Or it's so coincidental, you may say, can you tell me how many more days are there for New Year? It's so coincidental that we are at the ending of this year. So he could have just asked you a question in that way. Then in such cases, you're just trying to say, you just watch the number of days left in this month are. And then you're just going with the process. You're first calling the last day function of sys date. Minus, you're calling the sys date. You know very well that date minus date is always what? Number of days. So you're just trying to say n days. From June. So there are 14 days left for this particular month to complete. So what is so important about this? Okay, there is another way he can ask you one question. See, King has joined on which date? 17 November 81. Means he should take his salary when? First salary.
30.
King will take his first salary when?
35.
On the 1st December 81. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the interview's question will be, if King's salary is 5,000 per year, 5,000 per month, can you tell me what is his first salary he has taken? So, this is a simple question to check your logic of evaluation for the criteria and composition of your last day. Watch here very carefully. Okay, you're just catching along with me now. This is the salary, this is the last day of higher day. Now what we want to check is the number of days first of all. So we are saying minus higher day. When I said minus higher day, what happens? Can you tell me now?
Number of days.
Number of working days. Yes or no? The number of days Mr. Smith has worked in that particular month. Yes or no? After he joined. Now, let us take the simple formula now. Salary divided by 30. We are taking average 30 days as a month. But that also we have specifications. Now I don't go too deep into the process. After I go on completing my functions, you can think about it. The average I am taking that a month is 30 days. Now let us say like if I say salary divided by 30, what happens now?
Per day.
This is 1 day salary. Yes or no? Now if this is 1 day salary, then technically this salary divided by 30, which is basically what? Tell me now. 1 day salary multiplied by number of work days. Do you agree with me? So this is what my first salary of every employee So, question comes on the criteria of your analysis. So if you want more accuracy, what you will do? Tell me now. 1 day's salary you will say trunk or you will directly say comma 2 digits. Then on this what you can say? Trunk or once again take it by 2 digits, 2 decimal places, correction, and you are implementing it. Questions will not be too complicated, man. Question will be application based. When the question is coming with application based, how quick you can catch your functions and how quick you can come out with your results, you have to prove yourself. So, functions are not complicated. If you don't practice, if you don't give your time, they'll become critical. Now, calendar can be adjustable or non-adjustable in business. Calendars are adjustable or non-adjustable in business. Adjustable. Definitely adjustable. My client is supplying me the goods today, man, and he's saying that, sir, please see that you are putting the date of delivery as tomorrow. On adjustability of compromise, we will do that definitely. Be very clear about that. Because business is always a compromise of some issues. How to correct these dates now? Physical calendar we cannot change, but in logical state of the business we can change. But how to change? That also should have some logical rule. Everybody cannot see in whichever way you like. So, if we want to make correction on numbers, which functions we use? Correction on numbers, which functions we use? Round and truncate. The same way on dates also we can use round and truncate. But round and truncate on dates is something very different than round and truncates on numbers. Because numbers are rounded and truncated by what? Decimal places. But dates have no decimal places. Then how to correct them? So, till now what we spoke, if you are getting on very properly, tomorrow the first 15 minutes to 20 minutes of the work, what we do is very important on dates, I'm telling you. And that logic is definitely going to hit you in major part of your projects. I can't say exactly where. Tomorrow when I am speaking with you, I will show you on the screen, I will be explaining and I will be dictating. All the three we will do. And after that, please get ready for the most complicated work we have to do, that is nothing but conversion functions. I am only expecting that you are not having any pending work with you, that's all. 24 hours, let me check who will react along with me. Thank you once again tomorrow.